Postcards from the Plains.
Sending you love from the heartland.
Welcome back to another episode of Postcards from the Plains, sending you love from the heartland. I'm your host, Lady Farmer. Alright, today it's going to be a fun topic, as the podcast is titled Pete's, Pantera, and Pyrography. Alright? Yes, just even the title, the alliteration, I love that. The triple P's. Alright, anyways, first off, Pete's, or Peterbilts for those who may not know, but I'll just refer to him as Pete's. Maybe Peterbilts throughout the episode 2. Anyways, so I fell in love with the Peterbilts, I'd say around freshman year of high school. I don't know what it was about them, but I just love them. The long nose 379, 389. Oh yeah, I just love those. The chrome, the chicken lights. Man, they're just cool. And then with the Caterpillar engines, oh yeah. Some good stuff right there. Peterbilts really are the kings of the road, or any semi, if you really think about it. But anyways, I was so obsessed with Peterbilts that my junior year of high school, we had to do some sort of project. And it was supposed to be creative and fun. We were supposed to come up with a way to compare love to something else, to give our own definition or expression, but in a creative format. So you know what I did? I wrote a poem. Yeah, I wrote a poem about Peterbilts and love, because I loved Peterbilts, and I guess I've always been a little poetic. I still remember the intro part. It went something along the lines of, Silver stacks and Jake break thunder, catch your eyes and make you wonder if the road you choose is worth the cruise. And so it kind of went along like that. It rhymed every single line. It did, I don't remember if it was A-A-A-B. But anyways, if you know about poems, you know what that means. So long story short, it rhymed. And explained how love can be tragic and also very helpful. It was a very metaphorical thing. And then we also had to explain what it meant, which, I don't know about you, but to me it seems that poetry should just be left alone. If you like it, cool. If you don't, that's also cool, because we all like different things. So anyways, I did a poem about the semis, Peterbilt specifically, and it had to be some sort of art thing. So I drew Peterbilts. I've always liked to draw, but I was never really good at doing perfect representations. And this was before AI was a big thing. Granted, I haven't been out of high school for that long. I'm not that old, okay? But AI was not a thing back then. I couldn't just go to AI and say, hey, draw a Peterbilt and with this and that on the highway. No, I couldn't do that. So I pulled up a picture on Google on my computer, and I put a piece of paper and I just traced it. Turned the brightness all the way up and traced the outline. Once I had the outline down, then I could make little tweaks to the tires and chicken lights and the grill, just little details. And I remember I did it red. I colored it with a colored pencil red. I added little, I think I did silver for the stacks. So yeah, it looked pretty cool actually. So yeah, I loved Peterbilt so much that I used it for a school project, which is not bad. And now, being out of high school and school in general, I still love Peterbilts. They're just cool. Alright, so that's my spiel on Peterbilts for today. Moving on to the next part of the episode, Pantera. Well, I hate to break it to you, but I'm not a fan. No, I'm not. I'm not a fan of Pantera, which is really a shame because I love the way that name sounds. Pantera. And then if you write it out, it's very aesthetically pleasing. Maybe because it starts with a P and ends with an A. I don't know, but it just looks good. And their logo deal looks pretty cool too. They just seem really great, but it's just not for me. Alright? Oh, but there is only one song that I'd say I enjoy it. I'll hang along with you. It's Cowboys from Hell. That's the one Pantera song I like. The rest, no, no, no. I just can't wrap my head around it. Yes, very skilled, talented, all what have you, but no, it's just not my thing. Which is really a shame, because I've heard that Pantera is kind of the king of heavy metal. So that would be kind of like saying, oh, I listen to country, but I don't like George Strait. And George Strait, he is the king of country music. So here's the deal. I grew up on country music. I grew up with George Strait and all the country legends, so I don't know. I'll enjoy the heavy metal songs, but oh, not Pantera. I've had some recommendations and read reviews, but oh man, they're not for me. If you do happen to be a loyal follower of mine, you know that a lot of videos actually use that song, Cowboys from Hell, Pantera. I used it on one where I was being followed by the Pete. I was in the backseat, so I recorded that, alright. I wasn't driving. That's the only song, the only Pantera song I like. Would I go to a concert of theirs? Oh, I don't know. But anyways, that's my 2 cents on Pantera for today. Alright, so I've talked to you about Peterbilts and Pantera. Now it's time for the third segment of this episode, which is pyrography. Yes, you heard that right. So what it is essentially burning designs with a tool on wood or leather. I think maybe you could do other mediums too, but that's what I've done. So I got into pyrography a while back. A few years back, I was snowed in. This was a cold January morning, alright? A blizzard had just blown in. There wasn't much to do with the chores and all that, being a farmer. I mean, there wasn't much to do. I was bored and getting a little depressed just being trapped inside the house, because I'm a woman of action. So I had gotten a kit a while back. It was a gift. Someone had given me a pyrography kit, one of those beginner kits that comes with a tool and sample projects and designs. Very beginner friendly. And so that kind of interested me, so I just had at it. I traced designs and started burning. I found it was pretty fun. Time started to fly away, and it was a good time. So if you followed along in the channel, I do have some shorts where I've done pyrography. Although, unfortunately, they don't get many views, which is kind of sad, because I've done some cool stuff. And if you've seen online, say Pinterest or other YouTubers, they do really cool things with pyrography. It's its own art form. I've done leather pyrography too. Because I'm into the leather craft, I do some of that. And the strips and all that. The spares, I've done it. And also got a tool that's specific for leather pyrography. And that one burns so smooth and so neat. Yeah, I've done some cool stuff too with the pyrography. Although I will say I'm still a beginner. Because, hey, you're always learning something. And I don't do it as much anymore. Because of time constraints, so I've lost some practice. But I'm always learning. I'm always looking up tutorials or different methods of burning and different ways to do things, techniques. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on Peterbilts, Pantera, and pyrography. Hey, before we go, I want you to do something for me. In the comments section, let me know which part of the episode you found most interesting. Were you impressed by my knowledge of Peterbilts, offended by the fact that I don't like Pantera, or thought that the pyrography was cool? Yeah, just let me know which section you thought was the most interesting. And if you want to hear more episodes like this, I would be happy to make more. Thank you for making it to the end of this episode with me. I had a blast recording it for you. Hey, and if you're a loyal fan, make sure you like, stay subscribed, share this with your buddies, share this with your friends, alright? And if you're a new listener, I welcome you to subscribe. And like always, share this with someone who you would think would get a kick out of it. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, so you make sure you don't miss a single episode of Postcards from the Plains, sending you love from the Heartland. As always, take care, and until next time.
Postcards from the Plains.
Sending you love from the Heartland.